Hello and welcome back to my GTNH playthrough. It is August 12th. We're starting off in my clean room, just showing you how I've upgraded it. Before I had two tracks. Now that I can craft dense cable pretty easily, I'm kind of fixing up a bunch of different things around the base and working on my auto crafting setup. I always did say last time I am primarily moving into magic, but while I do that, because magic is kind of monotonous, I need to break up the monotony with doing some tech upgrades. So specifically in here, the only thing that's technically changed is all of these machines have been upgraded to EV. They were all HV before, and then just the placement. I did it this way specifically so I could still use the toggles. Basically, I've just got a bunch of repeaters to make sure that this signal is still strong enough, and I did test it. If I throw a redstone signal down, like you see right here, it says power 0. Throw this here, and we got power 15. Basically, the purpose of this is so that, because this clean room's so far away from my main base, I never know if it's actually working or not. So I threw these on so that if this requires maintenance, it makes it so none of my circuits can craft, and then when I'm going to auto craft something, like, oh, gotta go fix the clean room. So that's how that works. See, that goes away, back off to 15, and the repeaters are just here to make sure the signals are strong enough. 3 repeaters is probably overkill, but it kind of just looks neat. I was actually going to test, though. Just craft up one of these. I'm wondering if, let's say, frequency 100, frequency name, clean room, maintenance. Set name. I don't know how long the range are on these, but I kind of wanted to test it, see if I could throw the light on, so if I'm in the other tower, I'll know if it's triggered. But my main goal in here, you can see I've got all these spots laid out, is I do want to create the cutting machine multi-block, so I don't need to have the cutting machine in anymore, and then the rest of these, turn them all into parallel circuit assemblers. I did realize after I was doing this that I'm probably going to have to upgrade to IV soon, so if I do that, I'll see how expensive all these machines are, but I might just literally swap this whole setup to IV, and because I want to do some parallelization to make circuit crafting even faster, so we're not waiting on that. But that was it in here. It wasn't too much, just little incremental upgrades. Oh, let's see, let's hit up magic next. So in here, did a couple things. See, I finally put this guy on the node transducer stabilizer, so after multiple weeks of it having empowering bees on it, this is what we end up with. 60, roughly a stack of each primal thing. I don't know how good that is, we'll see. I did also set up a couple of these bees over here, as well as use my Nexus bee to make this guy a pure bright one, so that I don't have to immediately craft a wand charging station. I can just use this to craft, because honestly, recharging the wand off of an actual node is so fast. You gotta be careful if you're doing this so you don't break this block, or else this node will burst. But if you don't know, or well, I don't think I've ever told it, the whole reason I actually have this here is when I was first playing around with magic and messing around with moving nodes, I didn't realize that the second I dropped a sinister node, it would just start tainting the land, and then I kept having Eldritch bots monsters spawn in here, so I planted a tree in here to get rid of that, and then I kind of just liked the way it looked. So if you look at it from the outside, it's kind of like growing through the roof, and that's what all these other trees ended up here for, to get rid of all the tainted land or biome. Down here, well, there's not really much to show. Basically, it's more so in the Thumbonomicon. Which one is it? Started doing a bunch of these. I even crafted some, where is it? the electrical scribing tools, although I haven't figured out how to fill back up the ink, so kind of feels bad at the moment. But I can just craft more, it's not too big a deal. Did a bunch of those, did a whole whack on this page, so I spent some time doing researches as well. Haven't actually crafted too much, but speaking of, basically when I went to start crafting, decided as I come across things I don't have them set up for passiving at all, I'll take care of that along the way. So the last thing I did, which wasn't the worst, but took a little bit of time. Like I said, don't have too much time today, so this is kind of really it for the updates for today. Is over here I set up this Thaumium bee, which I already had bred for stats. The Void bee, which I had, but I hadn't changed the stats, so he's all good now. Then I bred a Quicksilver and a Amber, just because those are common ingredients for Thaumcraft stuff, so that I have those on passive. And then I also went into AE and added a bunch of Thaum recipes, so like got it so I can craft Void Metal, Thaumium, all the related Thaumium things, as well as a few other random stuff, but basically did a bunch of bees. Also, this stuff was all backed up because of some item over here, so I did a little more setting up. Technically, I should probably move all this stuff to AE2. I'm now thinking, once I'm sure my power isn't going to blow up on me at any given point, I'm going to need to move towards the actual industrial bee alveries to save some space, because I'm using so much space and I'm nearly done up top with the roof. And I know I'm going to need more bees. I was tempted, I didn't end up doing it to try to keep a little focused, to craft an indium bee, because I do have indium processing now with this guy. Also, I can't remember if I showed these yesterday. I think I did this after, actually. So the other thing I did was set up these 4 LCRs, which basically are all my phthalic acid processing. Got them all set up in a row. Got that coming in over here. Plus I have the main one back on the fuel building, has 16 million, so this is actually keeping up. But now I haven't done anything with it yet, but for example, if I'm running low on this stuff and I need specifically like plutonium or something, I can run this cable over here and use some level emitters to shut the machines off. I don't have any of that set up, but if it becomes a problem, it will, and there'll be other stuff like that eventually. So I need to make sure all these have void upgrades. I need to go through here just to make sure that none of this is shutting down. It's not shutting down yet, but I'm sure a couple items are close to clogging the system. Otherwise, the only thing I did was a real minor, and I haven't even crafted it yet, was cutting machine. I set up these two to be able to be crafted, including, if you look at here, there was the stellite and this miraging steel. I got both these set up all the way to be able to, and this talonite to be able to use for crafting. So basically I want to make this one as my next multi-block. Originally I was going to do extruding things, but this will pull these guys out of the clean room. And then the only things that'll be in the clean room are the laser engravers and the circuit assemblers. For the immediate future, we're going to set this guy up. I'm going to probably set to craft a bunch of circuit assemblers and the, what's it called? The parallelization. I think they might just be called ME interface P2Ps. Yeah, these guys interfacing with him. Nope, not those guys. Yeah, P2P tunnel ME interface. This will allow me to parallelize all the circuit assemblers and should speed up things quite a bit when I'm crafting. And then at the meantime, go continue pushing away at getting some magic stuff set up. Particularly I want to get that V relay set up so I can start doing some auto crafting recipes for some of the simpler magic stuff as I figure out how to get the infusion and all that jazz set up. Well, I hope everyone has a good night, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Reminder, I might not have videos every day this week, so it was a little slower today, so I got more done than I expected for sure. Well, might not be true tomorrow, but I should be back either tomorrow or the next day. Appreciate y'all, but I'm rambling a little. I appreciate y'all for watching, and I will see you soon.